All right, take three. All right, so today I want to talk about chasing happiness. You guys can read there. Action doesn't bring happiness, but there's definitely no happiness without action. And what I mean by that is you have to pursue it yourself. You have to make conscious effort every day to try and be happy. And the reason, and to start this conversation, I want to make sure that we're all on the same page. So I want to frame it up by saying there are three universal truths. Okay. And you can look at this right here as for the most of life and going through it, we have no freaking idea. There's just so much out there and we're just trying to take in this data and operate. And a lot of times that information, we have to process it. It can make us happy. It can make us sad. It can make us all the different emotions that we have. What I'm talking about is that we need to chase happiness. And the reason that we need to chase happiness is we're not pre-wired to be happy. Actually, as humans, and you can push back on this, not during my time right now, but we don't, as humans, we are here to survive. We're here to survive, bring forth new people. We're not necessarily here just to be happy and have fun all the time. It's hard work. We have to work at it. The other thing is that we have a short time here. And I'm going to show you a study, guys. This is a groundbreaking study. It was done back in 1997 and it still holds true to this day. The death rate is holding steady at 100%. I don't know if that's news to anyone else, but if you live, you are going to die someday. And the company that did this study is The Onion, right? So it's pretty shocking. I don't know if you guys have read that study, but take some time to do that. The other thing is the world's amazing, right? I mean, the pandemic's going on. Inflation is at an all-time high. That's great. Gas is at $3, right? The world's amazing, right? This is the information that we're putting into our head every day, right? Or we're letting get put into our head. And what I want us to know is that we are what we think. We are all that our thoughts, they make the world. We make the world with our thoughts, with our conscious efforts. And Buddha said that. So let's talk about the news that we don't get to see every day. Extreme poverty, right? So if you look on the left in this chart here, back in 1820, 90% of the world was living in extreme poverty, okay, in 1820. Now, this only goes up to 2015, but if you can see, we're doing pretty good. 10%, about 9% of the world is living in extreme poverty compared to over 200 years ago. Not too bad, but that's not the story that we see, right? We see how horrible things are all the time, when really it's getting exponentially better. Child mortality, right? Back in 1800, more than 40% of children didn't make it past 5 years of life. Now, it's definitely sad whenever we lose a child, right? But we're at 4% right now in 2017. But everything is doom and gloom, right? Nothing's getting better, right? That's the message that we always are told. And then you look at this, and this is amazing. Just look at how many more people now are getting educated and at the different levels of education, right? But we always hear about how horrible the world is, and the United States and all these things. But it's really a different picture if you go out and look for what's actually there. And so I tell you all that because if you want to be happy, you have to choose happiness. It's something that you work at every single day, or more often than not. Some days, it's just like, I don't know, I'm too busy, whatever. I don't think you should ever be too busy to try to chase happiness. But I have three things. So I gave you three universal truths, in my opinion, anyhow. I'm going to give you three things that I've learned that I try to do, and it's changed my life for the better and made me a more happier person. So the first one is I call it judge good. Okay. And what that really means is very few people wake up each morning and think, I can't wait to ruin someone's day today. That's just not how we operate, right? We want to have a smooth day, as little adversity as possible. And the way to do that is to assume good in other people that you get to speak with every day. So I'm going to tell you a little story, and I'm going to show you a video. But the reason I put this picture here, you're looking at someone sitting in their car. I just want you to pretend with me for a second that this person is stopped at a red light. There's a car in front of them, and it looks like a woman's driving the car. They're at a red light and the light turns green. And the woman, instead of, accelerating and to get to the next destination, she's like reaching in the back seat. It looks like she's like reaching for a purse or something. And the gentleman that's behind her is getting upset because he's late for work because he didn't leave early enough. So he's getting frustrated at this woman. She's not paying attention to the light. She's in the back seat looking at something in her purse, and he's getting angry. He's beeping. Enough of it. He puts the car in park. He walks up to the car, and he sees that the woman's looking in the back seat of the car because they have a baby back there and it's choking, and she's trying to save its life. And why I tell you this is this guy got all angry and all upset and everything because he thought this woman was not paying attention, making him late for work, going, in her purse. How dare her? And then he gets up there and sees, wow, this is what was really going on. He judged bad. He didn't judge good there. And that's one great way to ruin your day with very little effort. I'm going to change where I share. Let's see here. So, see, you guys seeing Judge good now? Yep. Okay. I can't. All right. So,
yeah.
All right, cool.
All right. Let's go back to Joe. Mr. Sadoff, when you die, I am going to piss on your grave. I said to Joe, Joe, you care enough about me that you're going to visit me when I'm dead? I think the collective count or song I heard was, and that was both from Mom and Joe. What I did at that moment, and now as I look back, I put meaning to it. I judged Joe and his mom as good. They didn't wake up in the morning and say, you know what, I know how to be a great person. I know how to be a great parent, but I'm going to get my average on today. They didn't wake up and say, you know what, I know how to do everything right, but today I'm going to suck. They came in with the mindset, in my mind, that they were going to do the right thing. They did their best. The thing is we try to read into things, and I've learned this, I'm a work in progress. But the reality of it is it doesn't matter if they're doing their best or not. It's what you believe. Because remember, happiness is being in a positive emotional state. And if you think somebody is doing their best, because we're judge anyways, let's just throw it out there. We do judge. Let's judge people as good. That gets us in a positive emotional state, allows us to be more efficient and effective in everything. Let's go back to the bottle situation.
All right.
No,
we don't need to hear the bottle situation. We're going to go back to my slideshow. All right, I think we're back. All right, so Judge Good, that was Judge Good. I stole that from Aaron Sadoff. Flip the coin. This is another thing that's really helped me. It's changed me immensely. Is when I'm having an interaction with someone, I always, in my mind, I envision a coin, maybe a nickel, a quarter, whatever. Could be a loon, doesn't matter. But there's two sides to every coin. And so most of the time when we go into an interaction, we only have the knowledge of our side of the coin, right? What are we trying to accomplish? What are we trying to convey? But too often we don't stop and think about, what is this other person saying? What are they feeling? What are they trying to convey? And so when we look at conversations, not as just one-sided, and kind of flip that coin and try to take both sides, I find it really changes everything, with whether it's personal relationships at work, just being a human and meeting new humans. I'm just trying to take their perspective. And I don't think you guys can see my screen right now, but I'm actually holding a coin. I actually have a coin always in front of me in a jar on my desk to remind me to flip the coin. The last one I want to tell you guys about is get to. This is a pretty easy thing to do, but it has immense impact. I want you to think about how you use words, right? So today you could have woke up and said, oh, I have to go into the sales call, and at the end, I'm going to have to listen to Bryce talk for 15 minutes. You could have. And that would have been a good sentiment, probably. Or you could say, hey, I get to talk with my teammates. We're going to see how everyone's doing, who's got leads going, going to close them this quarter. And then I get to hear Bryce maybe make a fool of himself. I don't know. But the difference between have to and get to is immense. And it has a huge effect on your life. And Aaron Sadoff can do a way better job of conveying that than I can. So I'm going to show you one more minute. I'm going to land this ship here. Let's see. Right. All right, one more for Aaron here. So this is get to.
Third key that you can use to leverage happiness as an amazing piece of technology is get to. This is an amazing thing, and I learned this from a guy by the name of Coach Steve Jones from Kimberly. I want to explain a little bit. So get to is different than have to or got to. I get to go to work is different than I have to go to work. I get to go to practice is different than I have to go to practice. I get to deal with this awesome person instead of I have to deal with this. I get to pay taxes. I'm pushing a little bit there. But the idea is that when you get to, you're grateful. And when you're grateful, you're happy. And when you're happy, you make better decisions. Coach Steve Jones, they have won, as of last night, 57 straight football games and 4 state titles. Amazing man. I called him as I was researching to do this talk to him. And I was talking to him about what he does and why is Kimberly so special. And I can tell you, Kimberly doesn't care. Well, they care about winning, but that's not their goal. He said in our environment, what we do is we create an environment where you get to practice, you get to run, you get to do all these things. Think about the kids who couldn't. And they really do believe that. When they're down, they get the opportunity to come back. If somebody scores, we get the opportunity to stop them again. They get to do that. Let me tell you a story that he told me, and I'm going to kind of summarize it. 2015. November, state championship. They're playing Heartland Arrowhead, down 3 touchdowns in the third quarter. One of his players comes up and says, "Hey, coach, look at this. It's a state championship. We're at Camp Randall. It's snowing. Isn't this awesome?" And Coach Jones really didn't see it as that awesome. Lo and behold, because of that, because they were in that positive emotional state of gratitude, 10 seconds left, they score a touchdown, they win 49-42. And subsequently won 2 more championships and just recently came back twice to win. It's because they have that idea that I get to.
All right, last switch here in the home stretch. Yeah, all right. And so those are the 3 things I really encourage you. I hope maybe you took some notes or if you just want to catch up after on this, but get to is amazing. Judge good, and then flip the coin. Take some time, flip the coin, think about what other people are thinking and experiencing. Your words shape your worldview and your mindset. And I just want to thank you for coming to my Ed Talk.
Nice job, Bryce.
Thanks. That was fun.
Great job, brother, man. Thank you. Thank you.